Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at probably the most cost-effective approach to installing quality blockout shades in your home with the SwitchBot Adjustable Smart Shades. Better still, it's adjustable, affordable, high quality and smart. So now I have your attention. I mean, who wouldn't be interested at this stage? Let's have a look. Now I'll cover the features as they're going to be your main deciding factor to purchase. Then we'll go on to the installation, which in this case will be both application and physical installation, as they go hand in hand, as you'll see. We'll touch on the app features, walk through the integration options, including Home Assistant. Then we'll round up with my thoughts as to who these shades are aimed at and is it worth the money. As usual, if you want to skip sections or jump straight to the recommendations, then use the timestamps in the description. Your time is precious, let's jump on in. First off, the single biggest feature of these blinds are their ability to be adjustable. That means that you can purchase from 3 different sizes of small from 58 centimeters to 80 centimeters, medium which fits 80 to 110 centimeters, and large which fits 140 to 185 centimeters, all with a 220 centimeter drop. As they are blockout shades, they come in grey and white. SwitchBot point out that you have the ability to switch this material out for whichever you wish. The shades have multiple control options, either with the included wired button, your favorite supported voice assistant, or through the app. And if used in conjunction with the SwitchBot Hub 2 or Mini Hub, this adds Matter support, allowing for the likes of Apple Home and Home Assistant to control your blinds. Better still, you can join up to 8 shades in a group and control them all at once. Perfect for that sophisticated smart home look you've always wanted. Now, to get this level of flexibility and automation, you would normally need to have a fixed wired option at significant cost, but not here. On the internal battery, you'll get up to 6 months worth of use, and if installed with the optional solar charger, you could potentially never have to charge again. And this efficiency is made possible thanks to a DC motor included with each shade. That's both efficient and ultra quiet, with noise levels as low as 30 dB, which is the equivalent to a whisper. And all this comes with a 1-year warranty for peace of mind. SwitchBot excels at providing everything that you need to get you up and running with little to no additional tools, and that's the same here. Now, there are a lot of accessories in this box, and all of which will help you through the installation process. First, we need to cut the shades to length. This is not difficult, but as we are cutting your shades, it can be daunting. One shade took me about 2 hours, but I was filming at the same time. But I'd still make sure that you have a second pair of undies available when cutting. Make sure to read through the supply documentation and watch the online fitting videos, as they will take you through the steps in great detail. First, we need to be able to add the shade to the SwitchBot application, as we'll need to control the shades through the process. I'll assume that you have the SwitchBot application already loaded and have an account. Open the application. Press the plus icon in the top right hand corner. Select Roller Shades. Press the pairing button on the shades for 2 seconds. There is no LED, so nothing will flash. The shades will be discovered. Name your shades and optionally put them in an area. Press Next. Select if the shades are going to be outside of the frame or inside. I'll be running through the process but not installing them into their final location, so I'll press Inside Frame. Select which type of tutorial you like. I selected Pictorial, however select the best match for your personal learning process. I suspect most will select Video. I mean, you are watching this video. Verify that you have everything you need, which should be the main shade, the adjustable bottom bar, the plastic band, and the mounting brackets. Swipe left. Now it will show you some additional tools it recommends but are not provided. Note that it recommends that this is a 2 to 3 person process for 30 to 40 minutes. 2 people would definitely be an advantage. Maybe the third is there for moral support. And 30 to 40 minutes maybe, but that's after you've done it once. Otherwise, double that time. Next, you'll need to remove the end cover, which just pulls off from the bottom recessed tab. Next, you'll need to remove the end stops by unscrewing the 2 screws with the included screwdriver. Now you can remove the shade itself. Work it from side to side if stuck. You'll need to replace the end stops with the 2 screws and optionally the cover plate for the purpose of measuring to fit the size of the inside of the frame. On top of the shade mounts are 4 screws. One side has Torx screws which should not be touched. The other side has 4 standard Phillips head screws. These are the ones that you'll be using for the adjustment. Unscrew these partially to allow the sleeve to move backwards and forwards. Next, place your roller shade mount in the location where it will be located. Allow for a space of 0.5 centimeters at each end. Then remove and tighten the screws on the back. Now you need to remove the end stops again and repeat the removal of the cover. Now I'm not planning to cut the shade, as I'm planning to install this into my new home that's under construction, but the principles are the same. Including the accessories is a large sticky plastic sheet. Peel off the plastic backing from the plastic adhesive and place over the shade, around where it needs to be cut. Replace the roller and connect it to the end that contains the motor. Put in place the cutting tool and thread the roller through the hole. Secure the cutting tool in place with the 2 screws. Now commence the cutting process in the app. At the same time, use the screwdriver to screw in the cutting blade on the top while the roller rotates. This process is actually super simple, although a little nerve-wracking. Now I'm obviously not cutting the roller, but you can see the process. Once completed, you need to finish off with a pair of scissors for the final cut. Remove the plastic film and remount the end stop. Next, remove the red tape that is holding the roller in place. Now to finish off, we need to install the shade bottoms. Bend over the end of the shade around the provided plastic strip. Now use the included stapler to secure. And finally slide the shade bottom rail over the end of the shade and secure with the plastic ends. The app has all the features that you would expect for covers, plus a few extras. Quick pressing the tile brings up the shortcut actions for fully open, fully close, plus a pause button for partial. Pressing the More option gives you access into the virtual roller shade that allows you for positioning the blind at whatever level you'd like, but also keeps the quick action buttons at the bottom for quick response. Although there are customized actions available through the More option that you can set for personal favorites, maybe that perfect 3/4 down for privacy, but allows you to view your yard. Remember, you can always control through the supplied wired controller button if you like, but who wants wires cluttering up your installation? Swiping up brings additional controls such as quick drift. Here you don't have to get the full speed of the roller, but instead get a quieter, more efficient motor speed of 100 centimeters per minute, which is whisper quiet. Next is a delay feature that allows the shades to move to a specific position after a specified amount of time, and to do this in either standard or drift mode. Then you have the usual scheduling options, which is similar to delay but will move the blinds to a specific state of openness at a specific time, and do this in a standard or a quiet drift mode. And finally, if you've purchased the optional solar panel, then you can see the solar energy generated and even adjust the shades based on the light level detected, a feature that is only available on far more expensive shades, or needs to be programmed through platforms such as Home Assistant. But here it is natively supported. Moving back to the main screen and into the settings cog in the top right hand corner. Here we can change the name, group or room location. Create custom actions. These are for the action panel or the control panel, giving you the ultimate in customization. You can recalibrate the shades from scratch or simply give the endpoints a fine tune. Connecting multiple blinds together in a group gives you that super sophisticated look, which synchronizes blinds opening or closing. You can also pair directly with a SwitchBot remote or even with a SwitchBot NFC. So tap your phone against the NFC and the shades will either open or close. The rest is pretty much standard, but looking at the third-party services, you can see the importance that SwitchBot places on integration with other platforms. I don't know any other manufacturer that can boast this number of integrations. While on the topic of integration support, Matter is supported, but only if you have the Hub 2 or Mini Hub. To set up, navigate to your hub, press the cog icon in the top right hand corner, select Matter Support, press Secondary Devices, scroll to your shades, in my case this was Please Subscribe, and press the plus icon to the left. The shades will now be added to your hub as a Matter supported device. A point to note is that only 8 devices can be consecutively supported by the hub currently, although I have heard this might increase shortly. You might have also noticed the shades were also added to Amazon Alexa as a Matter device. As such, they can now be controlled by Amazon Alexa and will also be available in Home Assistant. Now I have both SwitchBot integrations installed. Opening both of these integrations, you can see that the shades do not show up in either integration. However, navigating to Settings, Devices and Services, search for and select Matter. Now press the Devices hyperlink. Here you can see a new Matter device called Roller Shade 75. Select this. Quick controls for fully open, fully closed and pause as per the application. Selecting the device allows for precise positioning of the shades. As this is a Matter device, thanks to adding it to the Home Hub, it can now be seen within the Apple HomeKit and fully controlled from here. So the SwitchBot roller shades, what do I think? Once again, SwitchBot is bringing innovation to the market. The fact that you can purchase a shade that has a tool to allow it to be cut to size at an affordable price is fabulous. Shades can easily cost into the thousands, and having this cost-effective, quality and flexible option is awesome. Also remember, a point that is often overlooked is that you can also use your own fabric with this process, so you're not limited to the supplied shades, which makes it even more attractive. The Matter integration works seamlessly when used with a hub and is quick and responsive. On the negative side, although cost effective, make sure you purchase on the often discounted times and take advantage of my discount codes in the description. So if you want a top-notch shade that performs well above its price point, looks stylish and has great integration, especially when used with a hub, then these are a standout from the crowd and worth your hard-earned money in my opinion. I'll definitely be getting some of these in my new home. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then hit that like button, comment and share. And if you want to have access to similar material, then subscribe or maybe become a member and get early access to material plus other perks. And if you want to join other like-minded people, then why not join the Discord channel where smart home enthusiasts meet to solve each other's problems. And if I've helped you make a purchasing decision, then maybe a super thanks or a PayPal donation. It's really appreciated. Until the next one.